I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better. Face facts, 'cause your opinion don't matter. This a maniac is gonna step on whomever.
Welcome to the most must-see YouTube channel. Welcome to Heels and Faces. Heels and Faces. My name is Falsetto.
Sub-Zero.
And this is Heels and Faces Season 2.1, Episode 2. I know that's a lot of numbers, some quick maths. Hey! Big man, how you feeling?
Hey bro, I am happy, I am alive. The boys are back.
The boys are back. The boys.
I feel like that might be a thing.
Yeah, TM, put that trademark there. As you can see, we were so hyped up because it was the final week before Super Showdown, which is taking place this Friday. We're of course going to be having a viewing party.
For sure, man. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a bit of the boys there.
Yeah.
And we're going to definitely have a lot to say with regards to Super Showdown.
But before we get there, we got to start off, of course, with Raw and SmackDown. Raw, what did you think of Raw this week overall? What does it get for you?
Lukewarm, buddy. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like Raw's been consistent with this lukewarmness, and I feel like...
And you're being nice too.
How did you feel, man?
Raw, yeah, I'd say it was lukewarm as well. It's too long, man. Like I found myself fading at stages, but there were some good points, and that's what we're gonna delve straight into roundabout now. I liked how we started off six-man tag. It was announced on social media that it was gonna take place, but I wasn't expecting it to start off the show. So we've had Roman Reigns teaming up with his cousins, the Bloodline, the Usos. Hey, we're getting so carried away. So we had that strong team taking on Shane McMahon's goons. He's of course got Drew McIntyre and the Revival of all people.
I actually wasn't expecting the Revival to come in. It's almost like a direct swap between them and Elias.
Yeah,
sorry, mate.
And guess who won? The Revival and Drew McIntyre won. So I also wasn't expecting that. And we also had a post-match beatdown where Roman Reigns was getting beat down by Shane. My particular favorite part was when Shane McMahon went out and did the ooh ah, a whole spear on Roman Reigns. I know you don't like the spear. I love the spear.
3 out of 10. But
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
What?
But I give the whole segment itself, I give it a hug.
Yeah, I think it would get a hot as well. It started Raw off on a nice note, and then of course later on in the night we also had Rey Mysterio, who we found out that actually has a separated shoulder. Sure. He was relinquishing his US title, and then as he was making his speech, who comes out? Joe. Joe.
Wow. I'm doing this a lot tonight, actually. But I actually feel very sorry for Rey Mysterio, man. I mean, like the guy has worked so hard in his career. We know it's storied, but then now having to relinquish. But the one thing that honestly I didn't like about this is that Joe just kind of took the title back. You know, let's actually have a fight for the title.
But you know what Joe said though as well is that actually he should not have lost the title to begin with, and that was true because at Money in the Bank his shoulders were so up for the whole 3 count, so he does deserve the title. So I actually like this was something different actually, and to pin furthermore how great of a heel Joe is. Even after the relinquishing, he goes and chokes out Rey Mysterio. I absolutely love that.
Shoulder and all, man.
But I don't know now who's going to be tackling Joe next. It's going to be interesting to see which challenges he gets next. We'll have to see. Yeah,
we'll see. But I mean, moving on into the night, man, we had something I think was very interesting, and I actually want to see the story progress further. This was the Firefly Funhouse, man. I think we haven't actually mentioned this in a while, or I mean, haven't even seen Bray Wyatt in a while. So now, at first, honestly, I found this very funny. I'm like, what in the world are they doing with Bray? But now there's a dark, sadistic kind of thing they're trying to do. It's like, what I will do for you is light up the way. All you need to do is let me in.
Sorry, I still hear that.
No, that was perfect.
Okay.
But I want to see what they're gonna do once Bray obviously comes back, and how are they actually gonna incorporate this into his character? Are they gonna turn him heel again, or is he gonna be like in the in-betweens?
A heel and a face.
That's
what I did there.
A heel?
No. But I really like this week's Firefly Funhouse, and the progression has been good week by week. And this week we saw him having a puppet and the puppet's name was Husky something, and it was referring back to Bray Wyatt's days before he was Bray Wyatt, and he was Husky Harris, and they made mention of how he was big back in the day. And we had the Vince McMahon puppet that also popped up, and it's such a weird thing. I'm telling you, you just need to go YouTube Firefly Funhouse, and you'll be very confused, as we are as well. But
I honestly feel like you will enjoy it either way.
It intrigues you. Yeah.
But enough of Fireflies, and let's get into Beasts now. So something very interesting happened on Raw. Brock Lesnar obviously was, he said he chose Seth, right? He chose Seth. But now we thought when he was facing Baron, was he facing Baron?
He was chilling, I think. I don't know what he was doing.
Something was happening. But Brock Lesnar absolutely destroyed Seth Rollins. Like, I think Seth at some point was actually injured, but it seems like he's going to be cleared for Super Showdown. But Brock didn't cash in.
That beatdown was so intense. We had a low blow, which was a throwback to the WrestleMania when Brock was low blowed. I like that touch. Steel chair, suplex city. It was crazy. And the whole time, Heyman was like, let's cash in. Not now, on Friday. Which
was confusing.
It doesn't make sense for me. I don't understand. You have the guy beaten down. If you're gonna cash in now. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I think they are gonna do it at Jeddah, because they want to have the first international cash in. But we could have done it now.
Easily. But I mean, who knows what goes on in Brock's mind anyway. But
I feel sorry for Seth though, because I feel like he really doesn't deserve to be going through all of this. He's already taken so many bumps from Brock Lesnar, so this was it was quite hectic.
Yeah, but awards.
Yeah, does Brock deserve heel of the night? I think
after that vicious attack
and not cashing in again, because they even announced that he's cashing in tonight. But I knew about Sugar is going to come in. So I think Brock Lesnar heel of the night.
We, as the fans, we continually getting trolled. So it's like okay.
And then at the end, the Brock party.
I'm not happy.
Your face of the night?
Okay. She was there throughout the night, really. But the reason why I would give Becky Lynch face of the night is because the man was with the man the entire time.
Her man.
I know it's corny, but hey. My face of the night, Becky Lynch, man.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, she was there supporting Seth. He was being stretchered into the ambulance and all of that. I think that's fine, because there's no other face that really stood out. I mean, last week we did award Ricochet, but we had much of the same this week with his match with Cesaro. So no real development over there. Match of the night.
The six-man tag.
Six-man tag, yeah. I think it was a decent match. I like the fact that the Revival came out looking strong. So for once, even though they're Shane's goons. So I was happy about that, yeah.
So overall, lukewarm.
Now we jump over to SmackDown Live, baby! Woo! We said Raw was low and lukewarm, but SmackDown this week, I have to say hot. At the end of it, it's already finished.
Right? Right, the show went so quickly, but we loved every moment. It had a mix and mash of everything that was glorious, man, I'm telling you.
Shame Robert Roode. But I really loved the opening of SmackDown Live. We had, of course, our African WWE champion, Kofi, man. Came through, shared his experience, showed a nice video package as well of his experience from the previous week. Of course, he came to visit Ghana for the first time in 26 years. Oh man, it was such a nice feel-good moment as well.
Exactly, man. And I actually love the fact that I feel a lot of African pride in Kofi right now. Like that he's your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. That will not get old anytime soon.
And I was actually telling you when we were watching that I feel like Kofi is actually my favorite superstar right now. Not just because of his talent, but because I just feel drawn to him. You know, exactly. Like he's so dope.
Like he's supposed to be at the top.
And he is at the top. Yeah, they've really booked him so well. Of course, we had to have a spoiler. Dolph came through. Kofi, you went to Ghana, but it should have been me.
Like, wait, you in Ghana?
But I really liked they back and forth. They showed a few video packages, but what I really liked about this as well, they just spoke facts.
Yeah.
Kofi was talking about how yes, it could have been you, it should have been you who's in my spot right now, but each time you've actually let yourself down. And I was like, hey.
Every time, Dolph, you quit. He even showed a video package. Dolph actually was the US title in 2017, and he relinquished it.
Yeah, he was complaining, feeling like we don't appreciate him enough, but it's alright, it's all way, whatever. But I feel like I'm very hyped for their match now this coming Friday at Super Showdown. So that led into a tag team match, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus Kofi Kingston. And,
I mean, not a bad match, but like...
It was alright, it was alright.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously the attack from Dolph at the end of it was like, okay, that was the stepping point. So there's a bit of feels going into it.
And the action didn't stop there. Afterwards, we did have R-Truth finding out that he had to defend his 24/7 championship in a lumberjack match. He had to take on Elias. So Elias actually beat him for the title. Very quick roll up.
Yep.
And then from there, the lumberjacks, they got up on the ring.
No, get it right. The match was over.
Yeah.
They are back to jobbers now.
They're no longer lumberjacks.
They're no longer lumberjacks.
They had their whole little brawl or whatever, and then Elias ended up outside. Truth is also outside. They meet up. They somehow end up under the ring, and because it's a 24/7 championship, you can defend it anywhere, anytime. We had a pinfall under the ring. We didn't even see it.
Bruh. All we heard was just the bell going on. Truth holding up the title.
But Truth is away coach is going to be a 17-time 24/7 champion. He's going to beat Ric Flair's record. But I'm actually warming up to this because I didn't like the whole 24/7.
Exactly, man. We're just like, okay, this is just a jobber's title or something just to,
waste time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, they're actually doing stuff with it.
Yeah.
It seems legit.
If you've checked out the 24/7 segments, including the one where Truth defended his title on a golf course, do tell us what you think in the comments. Do you like the 24/7 comment?
Do you like the title or not?
Yeah, the whole concept. That's the one I'm looking for.
Oh man. Okay, moving on to the next thing that happened in the night, and of course, man, my number one love, the goddess.
Alexa.
Bro, obviously.
Okay. I was confused there.
Man, Alexa, obviously.
Because you have a few favorites. Yeah.
Hey, come on, she number one.
Yeah, they came through. They came through. We're gonna get to that.
All of them. So obviously, wildcard rule. Thank you, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
I'm a king.
Wildcard rule. We had a moment of bliss. She invited Bailey, but obviously, I mean, she was acting very heelish. She was very, very snobbish. She's like, "Is that title even worth anything on your waist, Bailey?" So now she's injecting herself into the title picture. But obviously, the other ladies came through, Carmella, and obviously
Charlotte. We couldn't believe Charlotte was really interjecting herself. We're just like, guys, we've had enough.
But I mean, that led to a triple threat match for the number one contendership, of which I honestly feel like I was honestly very, very entertained throughout this match. Man.
Same here. Same here.
And, oh, well, my other favorite.
The golden goddess.
Yo, bro, you gotta have levels. Only Dylan goddesses, But oh my god, Mandy Rose. Oh my god, I got thinking.
What Sam Steven says, how am I? Pause. Yo, you finished me there.
But Mandy Rose.
She looks good. She looks good.
Right, she looked
fantastic. And she obviously interfered in the match as well.
Yeah, costing Carmella our opportunity, of course. Alexa obviously took advantage of that. DDT 1, 2, 3.
I was very happy about that. I thought Charlotte would win, to be honest. So now we've got Alexa versus Bailey Women's Championship at Stomping Grounds. That should be Seth Rollins' pay-per-view, maybe. Actually,
Right, that should have his boot as the. Moving along into the night, we have something very, very, very interesting. 20 years in the making, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we have Goldberg versus The Undertaker. So definitely, man. So Undertaker gave a bit of a promo on Raw, and that was. I feel like it was good. I feel like it was
alright. At least he said more words than he did on the Go Home show before Crown Jewel last year. So
I don't know. I liked it, man. I mean, I think I'm too much of a Taker fan, but
he said you're next, so that was alright.
Yeah, but obviously, WWE, if one promo says this about another person, the same person needs to come and give it cut back.
It was quite refreshing though, having Goldberg on SmackDown. So first time ever.
Yeah, I was actually very impressed. Goldberg, he came out guns blazing, was saying that, look, I'm the kick-ass Goldberg, and this is what you're gonna get. So impressed with the promo. And then something that we didn't expect actually happened.
We actually lost our minds when that happened.
Dude.
And what did we have? The two legends face to face.
Bruh.
That's all we needed actually.
Literally.
That was the moment that they converted me, because the whole time I've been quite negative about this match since it's been announced it's going to be Battle of the Two Grandpas.
Right.
But now I'm hyped, I have to admit.
Yeah, definitely, man. So going into Super Showdown, I think like that is a match to actually watch now.
Yeah.
So Daniel,
Who's Daniel?
get that jockstrap, tie that some bitch up. Because we're in for a ride, Daniel.
I wasn't ready for that. Who's Daniel? Yo, but yeah, I think overall SmackDown was really hot. So should we get into the awards roundabout now?
Let's do it, man.
Face of the night.
I think this is the first time we're actually gonna share a prize on heels and faces. So heel of the night, face of the night rather. I would give it to Goldberg.
Yeah.
Outstanding promo, great stuff.
He got us hooked on the match.
For sure.
Did it.
And I also give it to Kofi. This is purely because he's been such a great champion,
My
and
brother.
of course,
Yeah.
African pride. Man, all the
Yeah.
way.
His promo was so good today. I thought it was very heartfelt.
Exactly.
So I'm down with that. They can share it. It's all good.
Heel of the night.
Heel of the night, I think would have to go to the goddess, Alexa Bliss. Her promo skills are just so good. She's just so good at being arrogant and being obnoxious and all of that.
Exactly.
Using my big words. Obnoxious. But I really enjoyed Alexa Bliss there. I know you did too. So, yeah, heel of the night, no doubt. Then match of the night. We didn't have much matches actually.
Yeah, but I mean, it has to go to the ladies.
Yeah, no, the
It
ladies,
has to go to the
they
ladies.
exceeded my expectations. That match I thought it to be like average at best.
Yeah,
They killed it.
Squash match, Charlotte wins, but
Yeah,
obviously, right result, great match.
Perfect. I really enjoyed it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, this has been Heels and Faces.
Yeah. Raw and SmackDown wrapped up, and we are looking forward to Super Showdown. Of course, the viewing party, as we've mentioned, is taking place. Stay locked on YouTube right here. Check our channel out. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Tell us what you thought about this episode. Are you excited for Super Showdown? We want to read up and hear what you have to say as well.
Definitely. And of course, this has been your boys, Heels and Faces.
The boys are back.
Ah.
Sub-Zero.
Oh, Falsetto.
Hey.